Hello and welcome. My name is Carsten Lützen. I'm a Scrum Master and Agile Coach. As you probably have noticed, I'm a big fan of the retrospectives and I like to play around with the format. And in this video I will go through an exercise called Spot the Elephant that can be found on Retromat. If you like these videos, please subscribe and share. It gives me a lot of energy when you reach out to me and share ideas, thoughts, or just high fives. This exercise I have used with either young teams, so just formed, that are still finding this common ground, this set of values that to live by, or maybe teams that have a conflict that has not yet surfaced but is lying underneath and is causing some grinding of the gears in the team. This one requires a bit of preparation for you, both in terms of preparing something for the actual retrospective, but also for preparing alternative facilitation strategies for the retrospective, depending on the outcome of this one. First off, you need to prepare 4 cards for each of the participants. It doesn't need to be fine art or anything. The 4 cards is a boot that crushes a flower. I'll get back to the meaning. The second card is a sun. Third card is a moon, indifferent moon. And this one is supposed to look like an elephant, but I'm not quite sure what this actually looks like. But you get the idea. Then at the retrospective, you hand out these 4 cards to the participants. And then you tell them that in a minute or two, when you have explained the exercise, they will hand you a card, and this is done anonymously. What I did is I have an envelope, a brown envelope that you cannot see through, and then I went around in the room and having people to put a card into it so that nobody could see what they put into the envelope. Then they can play one of these 4 cards in the envelope, and when they have placed a card in the envelope, then they give you the 3 remaining cards and you put them in a pile. And when you have done the entire round, to respect people's privacy, shuffle them. Not so people can see the cards, but just to make sure that you cannot count who played what. 1, 2, 3, that guy, 1, 2, 3, that guy. Okay? Just again, respect people's privacy here. The idea is, do we have an elephant in the room that we are not addressing? Is there something brewing that we should talk about but nobody is addressing at the moment? That is if we play this elephant card. This is, so to say, the dangerous one. This is the one that might require you to change the strategy for the retrospective. If one or more of these are played, then address it either in this retrospective or say that this will be addressed and then book a session shortly after where you can follow up on this. This one, did anybody in the team have their feelings hurt in the last iteration? So they felt like this flower being grounded by this big boot. This means that probably we have some psychological safety issues, or otherwise people are not feeling comfortable in the team. And again, this might require you to change the retrospective to focus on feedback or similar things. I'll just wait with that for a second. And then this moon, indifferent moon, is everything is meh, it doesn't matter. So this probably means that you need to focus and work on the motivation and engagement in the team. And lastly, the sun, everything is peachy and we should just continue as we're doing. Again, introduce the cards and then have them hand in the card that they think is appropriate secretly, and then share the result at the meeting. So put them on the table so everybody can see what was played. Do not sneak peek in advance, but observe the team when you put out the cards that was played, because this is not only input to you, it's also input to the team. Did anybody feel that their feelings were hurt in the last sprint? Is anybody seeing an elephant that we are not addressing? And then again, do not judge if people played an elephant. This is not a witch hunt or pointing fingers. And do not assume that you know why somebody played an elephant. That's why you need to be aware and have probably alternative facilitation strings lined up. I'm really hoping that some of you will share how do you deal with these things where you have a feeling that something might be brewing in the team that they're not vocal about, or if you have a team and you just want to get a temperature reading on the team, so to say. And then please share, that would be quite nice. And as always, comments, questions, ideas and feedback is more than welcome. Then have a nice day.